Okay. So this meeting is our dual language program informational meeting. We are going to go over the program that we offer here at Dewey and in the Garvey School District.
好，各位家长，那我们要开始今天的这个说明会，我们会介绍我们学校有的双语节目，还有整个学区的。
Buenas tardes, bienvenidos a todos. Mi nombre es Verónica Rivera. Soy la coordinadora de padres en la primaria de Dewey. ¿Hay alguien que necesita traducción en español? Gracias.
Okay, so we're going to go over 5 things that the dual language program consists of. I'm going to explain what the dual language plus program is. I'm going to explain why we provide that program, how the program is designed, and some of the challenges and the commitment that we want parents to understand, and then the application process.
好，那我们今天主要会说明就是到底什么是双语沉浸，然后为什么会有这种 program 的出现，还有就是它是怎么设计的，然后我们学区里面有哪些学校有这个 program， 还有呢您如果小孩子参加的话，可能会遇到的一些情况，您需要注意的地方，还有最后就是怎么样申请这个 program。
And parents, if questions arise, you can use the chat button to place your question in the chat so that we can make sure we answer questions. So if something comes up, please feel free to put your question in the chat.
好，家长，如果你们有任何问题的话，也可以用下面那个聊天的那个 box 可以打进去。
Okay, so number 1, what is our Dual Language Plus program? Our Dual Language Plus program is the program that is designed to teach both English and a target language. So at Dewey Elementary School, we offer the Spanish dual language program, which means that we are instructing the students in English and the target language is Spanish. So they would learn the academic content through the target language through Spanish and with English. And then the plus is that we offer a Mandarin portion throughout the day as well. The plus means that the third language in the prior years used to be an after-school enrichment, but now we incorporate it throughout the school day.
好，那这个我们学区呢，把这个双语沉浸叫做双语加。那双语这个课程的话，就是会包含英文，还有就是那个目标的那个语言，就是西班牙语或者是中文。然后这个所谓的加的部分，就是说，如果你的小孩子是参加这个英文跟西班牙文的话，那他放学后那个课后辅导班就会用中文，所以这就是加项的部分。那反过来，如果他今天上课是中文跟英文的双语沉浸，那他课后辅导班就会是用西班牙语。
Why do we offer this program? So to develop 21st century competency over several decades, this program has been provided in different schools throughout Southern California in the United States. And the research shows that providing a dual language program helps students become bilingual and biliteracy, learning another language, and not only speaking another language, but knowing how to write that language as well. It also has helped students develop cognitive competencies and academic excellence. So taking on an additional language means that the students are able to have a greater understanding of the English language and Spanish or the target language. We also give the students a multicultural understanding and appreciation. So they start to learn different cultures, the Spanish as well as the Mandarin language and culture.
好，那学区会引进这个双语沉浸的这个 program，主要是因为第一个，我们希望培养学区的学生，未来21世纪的这个竞争力，就是能够有双语啊，或者是多语的这样子的一个能力。然后还有就是说就是说还有就是说，因为美国是多元文化的嘛，所以如果他们就读这样子的这个课程的话，也是能够培养或者是帮助他们准备好，就是有更多元的这个文化的认识。
Thank you. What does this program look like? What is the program design? So here at Dewey Elementary, in our Spanish-English dual language program, we target to start in kindergarten. So the instructional percent of the day, which means most of the day in kindergarten, is taught in Spanish. So 90% of the day is taught in Spanish, and then 10% of the day is taught in English. And yes, the teachers do assist the students when they are instructing in Spanish and the students don't understand. They always help the students understanding with reiterating in English. But the instructional day, which means the core subjects, language arts, math, social studies, and PE, are taught in Spanish. And then the 10%, which is science and ELD, English language development, is taught in English. Then throughout the day, the third language is also introduced, which is the Chinese Mandarin. So during the day, the students will receive 30 minutes of additional language instruction, but learning Mandarin. So 4 out of the 5 days, 30 minutes of the day is dedicated to learning Mandarin. Our 5th day is an early release day, so they do not receive it on the early day. And as the children progress in the program, so when they are done with kindergarten, then when they go to 1st grade in the dual language, it decreases a little bit. So now it is 80% instruction in English, in Spanish, and 20% of instruction is in English. 2nd grade, it minimizes to 70% of the instructional day in Spanish, because as the students are learning more and more Spanish, we can incorporate more and more English. So it's a gradual process. So in kindergarten, most of the day is taught in Spanish and in English. And as they progress throughout the program here at Dewey, when they get to 4th grade, it becomes an even half of the day in Spanish, half of the day in English, because they, at this point, have learned the foundation and the basics. And then in 5th and 6th grade, it continues to the half and half model. But all grades would be receiving the 3rd component, which is the plus program, the 3rd Mandarin Chinese language.
好，那我们学校 Dewey 的话呢是英文跟那个西班牙语的双语这样子。如果是中文的话，是由学区的另外2间学校负责。那如果是 Spanish 的话，刚刚校长解释的就是说，学生是从幼稚园开始这个课程，然后呢，幼稚园的时候他们会花90%的那个上课时间用西班牙文，然后只有10%是英文。但是当他们升到1年级的时候，这个西班牙语的这个时间就会下降，然后英文会增加，然后一直到他们到6年级的时候，就是会变成一半时间是用西班牙语，然后一半时间用英文。那刚刚讲到那个加的部分，就是英文、西班牙文，那所以中文就会是他们这个加的部分。刚刚讲说中文是课后辅导班，刚刚这边要修正一下，其实不是课后辅导班，是他们每天礼拜1、礼拜2、礼拜4、礼拜5都会有30分钟的时间，通常都是上课的最后30分钟，就会有这个我们有请那个专门的中文老师来教他们中文。
So what does that program look like? Here's a sample of the breakdown of the day. In kindergarten, 90% of the day is taught in Spanish. So language arts, the reading and the writing, the social studies, math, and PE, 90% of that day is Spanish, with the 10% here in yellow is taught in English, direct English, science, and ELD, which is English language development. In first grade, you can see that the gray area decreases a little bit, 80% of the day, again, which is language arts, math, social studies, and PE is taught in Spanish. And then 20% of the day is taught in English for science and ELD. In second grade, it goes down to 70% of the day is taught in Spanish, and then some ELD and some ELA. So some of the reading will now focus on English as well, taught in English and writing, as well as in Spanish. So you can see the makeup of the day in kindergarten, the instructional percent, first grade, and in fourth, fifth, and sixth, it is a split. Half of the day is taught in Spanish in language arts and social studies, as well as PE. Then in fourth grade, math is transitioned to English. Math, science, ELD, and ELA is taught in English.
好，那下面这张图表就是根据上面那个图表去做出来的，会比较清楚，让您都看到说黄色的部分就是英文，用英文在教的课程。那下面那个蓝色的部分是用西班牙语，所以您可以看到第一列那个幼稚园的话，就是90%都是蓝色的，是用西班牙语教。那中间除了西班牙文之外，也包括他们上的数学啊、体育什么，全部都是用西班牙语进行的。那一直到他们慢慢升到4年级的时候，4年级开始，他们的数学就开始变成从用英文去教了。那最上面的话，绿色的话就是他们的那个才艺课的部分就是用中文。
Now, Dewey Elementary offers the Spanish dual language program, but we do have another program in the district at Hillcrest Elementary and Duff Magnet Elementary School. They offer what we call the Mandarin English dual language program. So at those schools, they offer Mandarin and English that is taught throughout the day. And then the plus component, which is the 30 minutes, is the Spanish. So they would receive Spanish for 30 minutes, 4 days a week. So that model is a little bit different. If you are interested in that program, again, we do not have that program at Dewey Elementary, but we do provide it in the school district at Hillcrest and Duff. And this shows you that the day is split in half. So Mandarin is taught for language arts, math, science, social studies, and PE. And then English is also taught in ELA, ELD, math, science, and social studies.
好，那刚刚讲到说，除了这个英文跟西班牙语的双语之外，我们学区还有另外2间学校是在做这个中文跟英文的双语。就是那个 Duff 跟 Hillcrest 这2间学校，那他们的那个课程的安排跟西班牙语的会稍微有点不一样，就是您可以看到这边它的表，黄色跟蓝色是各占一半的，就是不管它是幼稚园还是到6年级，它都是中文跟英文各占一半的时间，然后那些科目也是平均分配这样子。所以这个是他们的中文的这个跟西班牙语的不一样的地方。那如果你小朋友是参加这个中文的双语的话，他们的一个才艺课的部分就会变成是用西班牙语去教，这样子他们就可以学到第3个语言。
Okay. So again, the schools that provide the dual language program is Dewey, our school, with the Spanish English program with the plus, Duff Elementary, and Hillcrest Elementary. And when I show you the application process, I'll show you where you can find those to check off. Okay, challenges and commitments. I know there was a question in the chat, so I do want to acknowledge that I did read that. And that question was if this affects their academic standards. So we know with every new program, there are challenges. And one of the things we notice at the beginning of entering this program is students get frustrated. We see student frustration. Some children may feel frustrated in the initial months. At the beginning of entering this program, students will feel frustrated because there is a language barrier. Learning a different language than they are not used to is a little challenging, but this is normal and it's temporary. The teachers start in kindergarten with very basic skills, vocabulary, days of the week, numbers. And as it is repeated, repetition, the students tend to learn and the anxiety lessens. So we do follow the state standards. Although it is taught in Spanish and in English, we are required to stick to the state standards. So it would not interfere with the standards that the students need to learn. However, when it's student frustration, again, it is temporary, it is normal, and we help support the children. In kindergarten, there is an instructional aide who also helps the students as well as the teacher. English proficiency in primary grades. The English level of students in the primary grades may not be as high as students in the English only program. That is expected. So let me give you an example. If my child was in the dual language program and our neighbor was in the regular kindergarten program, I might see a difference at the beginning or the pace throughout the year. I might feel that my child is behind, but it is not that they are behind. It is a different roadmap. So things that might be introduced in the regular kindergarten class might be introduced a little bit later in the dual language because of the Spanish. We do not expect the children to get it at the very beginning. So a lot at the beginning is repetition, but that again, it's expected. As the program goes on, the children begin to not only achieve and learn, but we have seen in our data that the students even become higher than students in the regular kindergarten class. So yes, it's expected to see this gradual change. You may not see it at the beginning, but that is what the challenges we have seen at the beginning of starting our program. But again, the teacher and the assistant are there for support and to help the students during the frustration and during the transition of getting used to the program at the beginning.
好，那这边校长是解释说，如果参加这个双语计划的话，学生或家长大概会碰到什么样的情况？首先就是说，我们这个计划虽然说它是用双语去进行这个教学，但是学生学的学科的内容跟一般的这个英文班是完全一样的，它是根据这个加州州政府教育局他们有制定的标准，所以老师他们在设计课程跟教的时候，他们是要必须完全照着这个标准的，只是说他们教的时候是用不同的语言这样子。那所以很多家长一开始他们让小朋友进去念这个双语的时候，有很多人都会反映说，好像担心学生的英文啊，就是学得比较慢，或者是说他们的那个课程的进度跟一般英文班好像比就是不太一样这样子。那个校长这边是说，这个都是正常的。那因为小孩子其实学跟他同年级的人比他多学了很多的东西，所以老师在课程上虽然他是照一样的标准去进行，但是他们可能会花比较多的时间去 做练习，语言上的练习。所以就是说怎么讲，家长一般来讲就是要花比较长一点的时间，要有一点耐心，才能够看到说小朋友后面的学业表现会越来越好。那对，大概就是这样子。
Next is the commitment of the program. We ask that parents understand that in this program, the dual language design, we ask that parents align your expectations to these outcomes, that you understand that it is a gradual commitment and learning process, and that you commit to the entire duration of the program. Students, to be successful, will need to continue their program from kinder through 6. So to gain that maximum program benefit, we ask that we commit, that you and your child commit to the kinder through 6th grade commitment of the program. We also ask that you serve as partners in promoting this program by participating in any workshops, meetings, or possibly even volunteering in the classroom. And that we students understand that we ask them to make a persistent effort. That means to try their best in learning this new program and going through the process.
好，那这边就是最后再强调一次，就是如果参加了这个双语的这个计划的话，我们学区就是鼓励家长，就是从幼稚园开始一路到6年级。那因为以前的经验就是说显示说，只要能够比如说撑过前面的2-3年的时间。小孩子后面他不光是他有这个双语的这个优势，他们在学科方面的表现也会比一般只有学一种语言的学生要来得好。只是说很多家长，因为他前面2-3年他可能担心小孩就是英文落后，所以他们可能参加了一下就转出去了，那他们就没办法体验到这个好处这样子。然后还有刚刚前面讲说这个双语的幼稚园班，学区也是有投入比较多的资源在双语班的，所以也只有双语班的幼稚园会有这个助教。对。
So the application and enrollment will begin today. So let me explain that process. So we ask that the students enter into the program as early as possible, which is at kindergarten. Now, students who can apply, this program is open to all students, both within our district and outside of the district. If the students are already in the Garvey School District, our school might be their school of residency, which means this is where they live and they are to begin kindergarten, then you fill out an application. If students whose school of residence is not Dewey, let's say your child goes to another school within the Garvey School District, then you would need to fill out the application as well as an intra-district permit. This permit is asking for permission to leave the other school and attend our school for the dual language program. If your child is outside of our district, then we need you to go to your home district, which means the district that you are in, you would ask for a release. They would need to release you from that district, and then you would fill out the inter-district permit, which is asking to be able to come to Dewey. But if you belong to another district, you would have to get a release from that district first, and then you can fill out the permit to come to our school. Also, special education students, if your student has an IEP, an individual education plan, then the team, we need to determine the most beneficial placement. So our director of special education, Dr. Allison Walker, she would be reviewing the IEP to see if this program would be best placement for your child.
好，那这边进入到这如何申请基本上双语的这个课程都是从幼稚园开始收， 然后所有的学生都可以申请的，就是说不管你是不是在 Garvey 学区，你们家的那个算不算是 Garvey 学区的学生？如果你不是 Garvey 学区，你是另外一个学区的话，你要先跟你的那个学区申请一个 release， 然后再填这个 inter-district permit， 就是再跟我们的学区联络，跟他讲说你要转念这个我们学区的这个双语的这个 program 这样子。对，那如果你是已经在 Garvey 学区，但是你的学校没有这个双语，你想要转到刚刚讲的3间的其中1间，那你一样要到学区办公室跟他讲说你要这个 intra-district permit， 就是说你想要转校去念双语这样子，所以就是跟学区办公室联络。那最后，如果你的小朋友是特殊教育，是属于这个特殊教育的 program 的话，他会有一个 IEP。那他如果是特殊教育学生，他就需要有这个学区的 IEP 的人员去跟你们开个会，说看到底他适不适合进入双语这样。
Okay, so step 1. Today begins the application process. You can pick up an application, either a hard copy at our school or the district, or you can go online. So if you visit the garvey.k12.ca US website, there is a space that you can click on for dual language, and you can download the application and fill it out online. If you prefer to fill out a hard copy, a paper, an actual paper pencil, you can pick up the application at the district office, or you can come to Dewey Elementary. We have applications in our front school office, and you can pick up the application there. For students that live, again, outside of the school district, if you are not part of the Garvey School District, please make sure you get your release as well as the application. We would need the release as well as the application together. Okay?
好，那个申请表的话，今天我们那个申请的那个窗口是从今天开始到2月28号，1月25到2月28号截止。那除了刚刚讲的，你要跟学区那边拿 permit 之外，你还要每个人都要填这个申请表。那申请表的话，有这个网络上的，这边有这个 link， 或者是你可以跟那个你们学校办公室拿那个纸本的那个申请表去填或者是说如果您是外面校区的，您可以到 Garvey 的这个学区办公室，这边有地址2730 Del Mar 去拿这个纸本的申请表。那如果是校外的，如果是就是外面校区的学生，就是要记得还要先跟你的学区办公室要这个 release。
And if you fill out the application online, you can submit it online, or you can pick up the application and you can return it to our school office, or at the district office, there is a drop box.
那你申请表填好之后，你可以直接送给如果你想要转来 Dewey， 你可以直接把申请表交给 Dewey 的办公室，或者是你想要去另外2间的学校，你就直接送到他们办公室去，或者是也可以把它丢到那个学区有一个投入信箱学区的办公室这样。
And again, applications are available starting today, and the last day to fill out the application will be February 28th.
好，那个申请期间就是1月25到2月28。
Okay, this is an example of the application. You would fill out your child's first and last name, date of birth, your information, and address. Then it's going to ask you to check all the schools you would like to enroll. At Dewey Elementary, again, we are the only school that provides the Spanish-English program with the plus of Mandarin. If that is a program you are interested in, you would check it off. And you can prioritize. You can say that the first program I'm interested is the Spanish program at Dewey. If you would like to also be considered for the Mandarin program at Duff Elementary or Hillcrest, you can indicate a number 2 or a number 3. So for example, if we have a full class in the Spanish program and you have to be put on the waiting list, if there's room in the Mandarin program and you chose that as your second or third choice, then you have the option of trying to get into that program. If you only want the Spanish program, then you can check off and just put a number 1. So on the application, you can put down what is your first choice and if you have a second or third choice.
好，那这个就是申请表。那家长在填的时候可以看到，就是我们学区的3间学校，然后要注意的地方就是说，学区可以让您选择1间以上的学校，就是比如说有一些家长他目的是想让他小朋友就是有双语，那他没有限定说一定是什么语言的，所以他可能就会填这个 Dewey 他填为第一优先顺序，然后他可能会把另外2间学校也填上去，就变成他的第2或者是第3。那如果第一个选择没有位置的话，他就会考虑到第2个。那如果您不是这样子的想法的话，您是重点是想要西班牙语，或者是重点是想要中文的话，那您就勾选你想要的学校就可以了。
And there was a question in the chat that asked if your child attends the Garvey School District, is at another school and would like to attend one of these programs. Yes, you would need to contact the Garvey District. You can ask for student support services and let them know that you would like to enroll in one of these programs, which you would need to fill out the intra-district permit. So yes, even if you do go to another school in the district, you need to fill out the intra-district permit to be able to go to one of these schools.
好，那聊天室有一个问题是说，如果小孩子是在 Garvey 学区，但是不是这3间学校的，那现在想要转进其中1间，是不是也是要跟学区办公室去拿那个 permit？ 答案是，你必须还是要先除了填申请表之外，你还要跟学区办公室联络，说你想要就是转到这个双语里面，他们会告诉你怎么做。
Okay. So during this time, we will be accepting applications for the programs. Again, we ask that you check off and you understand the program criteria for the parent commitment and the support, helping your child, plus attending meetings and parent workshops, as well as possibly volunteering, and the commitment for the entire duration of kinder through 6. Students' commitment, we want to make sure that the students understand that we're asking them to commit to making the best effort in learning this new program. Priorities will be given to those that are eligible. So in kindergarten, we start this program. Now, sometimes we get students that are almost kindergarten age. They are considered TK or transitional kinder age. If your child's birth date falls under the transitional kinder and they're not of kinder age, then those applications will be checked on an individual basis. And the district will look to see if there is space after all kindergarten students are accepted, then there could possibly be room, but that will be based on an individual examination of the application. And then finally, timely submission. We are taking on a first come, first serve. So applications that are received after February 28th will be put on a waiting list to see if available spaces are available at these programs. So again, the district will continue to monitor your child in the program. And if you find that maybe the program is not for your child, then yes, we can look at possible change later, but we want the students to take time to get used to the program and understand the commitment.
好，那这个在家长决定要让小朋友去念这个双语之前，就是有一些事情必须要考量的。第一个就是说，学区希望家长跟学生本身都能够就是坚持在这个双语的计划里面，起码试过一段时间啊。那当然，如果说小朋友如果进去之后真的不适应，或者是他的学业真的受到很大的影响，那他当然之后会再评估，然后看是不是让他重新的回到一般的班级。但是然后那个申请的学生的话，我们会以这个幼稚园要进入幼稚园班的学生为最优先，因为他们是这个双语计划的这个第一个入学的这个年级班。那如果您的小孩刚好是差一点点是进入 kindergarten， 他是算在那个 TK 的话，就会由学区那边他可能会派老师来就是评估一下小朋友的情况，看他适不适合进入这个双语。然后还有就是因为这个双语班的位置是有限的，所以基本上是那个申请表就是先填好的，就是我们是照顺序这样子收。
Thank you. And there was a question asking if you have to wait to submit the permit with your application. No, you don't have to wait. You can contact the district. It will be really an easy process, but you contact them and let them know that you're interested in that permit, and they will definitely help you get that so that you can submit it with your application.
好，那聊天室有另外一个问题是问说，申请表之外的那个 permit 是不是要等到2个都准备好了才投申请这样子？那是不用的，我们就是申请表就是尽快填好的，然后送出去。那个 permit 的话，就是跟学区那边讲，他们其实也很容易其实只要跟他们讲，他们就会给的。那边的话就是可以之后再补这样子。
Step 2 will be the program acceptance. So by April 1st, you will hear back if you have been accepted to the program. Students will receive that, parents will receive that notification that their student has been accepted into the program. If there are more applications, again, we will create a waiting list and it will be on the first come, first serve basis.
好，那个2月28号是截止嘛？那家长申请的家长4月1号之前就会收到这个回音，对。
Step 3, again, after all the enrollment in late April or beginning of May, all students and parents that have been accepted into the dual language program will have an orientation. And so once you're accepted, you'll be invited to an online orientation so that you can receive more instruction on the program. We invite the teachers that are teaching the program to come on so you can meet them. And we would give you more details about the program before the school year ends so that you can prepare for the new school year.
好，那到时候4月的时候确定要进入这个双语计划的学生跟家长呢，学校会通知你们，到时候会有一个线上的一个也是说明会，那也会邀请那个教双语的老师来跟大家会面，到时候会有更多的这个讯息给要入读的学生。
Well, again, thank you for attending our meeting today. If there are additional questions at this time, we can answer any additional questions, but this is an exciting program. The students, it is wonderful to see them speaking different languages. And again, we just want to make sure that you understand the program. And if you have questions, we will stay on to answer any questions. If not, again, you can pick up the application at Dewey Elementary, or you can access it online. And we ask that you submit it before February 28th. Thank you again. Do we have any further questions?
对，有没有家长还有问题？好，那个请各位家长记得，就是2月28号是截止日。那网络上有那个报名表，然后或者是您想到学校办公室来，或者是学区办公室去拿报名表都是可以的。对，谢谢大家来今天参加这个说明会。
Okay, if you do have questions, you can always call the school office at Dewey Elementary School, the front office, and we can help answer any additional questions. Thank you.
好，谢谢大家。如果有问题，请再跟学校联络。
Thank you.